Good morning. It is March the 29th, 2017. We'll start with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as a lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they are designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. So, not much action last night. Stocks around the globe were pretty quiet, mixed. Really very, very little talk about. The E-minis off a little bit and treasuries are higher. We have the 7-year auction today, and the 7-year auction will get a lot of attention from the primary dealers. And you can see that we're in a trading range right now. So the bottom of the trading range is held. So we should trade up a little bit. Resistance starts at 16 to 20. Then at 24 to 28. So those are our two resistance bands. So first sell is 15 to 19. And second sell is 23 to 27. On the buy side, 5 to 9. And 29 to 01 for buy 2. Today's news: pending home sales plus 2.4. That could come in lower than forecast. IEA crude inventories plus 1.2. Last night the APIs built 1.9. They did draw in gasoline. They did build in, and they also drew in distillates. So probably the EIA numbers will be pretty close to that. Looking for a little draw on crude. So pending home sales is the only piece of news we have. Then the direction of the E-mini. And the dynamics of the 7-year auction. So if the E-mini sells, I think we're probably going to trade up. And right now the E-mini is poised to break or sell. So we can be probably a little slow on getting the sell off. And on the buy side, we're going to have to move quickly. Looking at the 30-year. The first band of resistance is going to be the buck to 04, 7 to 11, sell 1, 19 to 23, sell 2. On the buy side, 16 to 20 is number 1, 9 to 13, buy 1, and 29 to 01, buy 2. Gold was up a bit. Now tomorrow we trade, June goes front month tomorrow on gold. So at the close of business today, roll your contract to the June contract. Okay, we had a 45.47 buy last night. We just touched the top of it. 54.56, sell 1. 58.60, sell 2. We're just leaning against resistance. No magic there. 45.47, buy 2. Buy 1, 40.42, buy 2. Two reasons to buy gold. One of them is world chaos, and it's really, we're starting to hear against Russia. I mean, even Cheney came out, and he should know better. But talking about if Russia did interfere with elections. It's an active war. My goodness. I'm not a pacifist. I've been in the military, and sometimes you have to use force. But this drumbeat of war doesn't make a lot of sense to me right now. I mean, why? Unless it's the only way you can salvage your government and wipe all your debt back to zero and save the dollar. But it just seems to me that that kind of talk, less of that talk is needed. Okay, the euro is headed lower. Might be the big market of the day. Selling started in Asia, and it just accelerated. And I didn't see that there was anything on tap on the news, but somebody obviously said something. So the selling did start, and it's accelerating right now. And we've just busted support there at 108.06. So 107.75 by 1, 750 by 2. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't agree with Trump on, and he wasn't my first choice. I do like a lot of the rollbacks that's going on now. But I thought that his comments that, well, maybe we should try to figure out how to get along with Russia and see if we can't diffuse some of that stuff made sense. Now, Russia's operates in their own best interest, just like all nations should. And it's pretty easy to figure out what those best interests are. But Russia's a very weak state economically. And they've just cut their military spending by 25%. So there are ways we can work around it, is what my point, other than talking about an active war and the rest of the stuff. And it's a trumped up, this Russian, what Russia's done in the Ukraine and other places and Middle East and buzzing our aircraft and all the rest of it, that's, you have to address those issues, but not over, there is nothing about Russian, Putin, and Trump working together. I mean, that's already been denied by pretty much everybody in our government. Sell 1, 48.75 to 49 even. Sell 2, 49 and a quarter, 49.50. Last night the APIs built 1.9, a little bit less than forecast. They were looking for a build of 2. 100,000 barrels makes a lot of difference, right? Gasoline drew by 1.1 and distillates drew 2. So this was positive. Right now they're looking for plus 1.2 on crude inventory levels in the EIA report. Now Rich Genders comes on at 10 today, and Rich Genders does not usually trade the inventory day because things are screwed up. There's usually a lack of range and things can get pretty silly. So he'll be on at 10. It will be recorded and will be posted later if you miss it, but if you can, try to get in and catch what he's doing. Okay, support 48, 48 and a quarter. Then 47.50, 47.75. And again, we're really dealing with very, very limited ranges in crude. We have more volatility in gold, so gold's a little bit more attractive contract for us right now on most days. That wasn't the case yesterday. And as we devolve or get closer to summer trading, we're going to have to break out our 10-minute charts and look to range trade, which we're saying this is support, this is resistance. We want to get long or short there. And if we can hold on to it for a couple of 3 hours, we should have nice risk reward, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1. Yeah, there's so much, I mean, right now, Yeah, you have to give it to the Dems. I mean, they are honest. They are in your face. They tell you exactly what they want to do, where they're headed. Socialism, big government is the answer. That's what they're after. Wealth redistribution is what they're after, and they don't make any bones about it. And the Republicans get up there and lie about being small government, being conservative, and the rest of it. And the two biggest liars that we get to hear on a regular basis right now are Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell. And so you have to take your hats off to the honesty of the Democrat Party, whether you like it or not. And they do know how to play the game. Okay, we have Bs. We're looking at a B here. We're looking at a B here. So the E-mini is trying to trade down. Can we break 2350? The breakout yesterday came from 44. And we had the high the other day. So that 42.45 area is pretty good structural support. Resistance. The selling started when we broke 68. It accelerated when we took out 62. So 62, 68 is best resistance. And everything in between. So right now we've got a seller at 55, 57, and then yesterday we had a seller at 60. So 55 to 60 is where resistance is. So 54, 56, sell 1. 59, 61, sell 2. The buy side we're going to try for 45, 47 for buy 1 with a question mark at 50, and then 40 to 42. And we've had 2 days of rallies, really 1.5. Are we going to get more? Is the bottom in? Yesterday, because the market was rallying, if you believe the financial press, everything was a go yesterday. Failure of Obamacare was a temporary setback. The big deal is tax cuts. He is cutting rules and regulations on a regular basis. The tax program's coming. We won't know what to do. The stock market rally's not over until the tax program's out. So again, you never quite know for sure it's going, but they will find reasons to explain why the market's higher and why it's lower, and that can flip-flop on a daily basis. Okay, looking at this, we've had 2 days of rally. We're at a break in the market, this 2360 that you can see right there. We've got a red bar right here. So did we just have a 2-day relief rally? And perhaps leg number 1, or perhaps it's leg number 2 down. Don't know. So that's what we're up against. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy with that. I will be back with you as soon as possible in a bit.